Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we greet you good evening. Welcome to the inauguration ceremony of the 144th Inter-Parliamentary Union Assembly and related meetings. For those of you still outside, we would like to invite all delegates to please enter the Bangopura Hall and be seated. It is free seating arrangement, so we welcome you to pick your seats and please kindly take your seats. We would like to remind everyone, during the proceedings of the inaugural ceremony, to switch off mobile phones and cellular devices to silent mode for the comfort of all delegates. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to the inaugural ceremony of the 144th Inter-Parliamentary Union Assembly and related meetings here in Bali, Indonesia. For those delegates who are still outside, we are inviting you in. And for those of you who are already inside, kindly please take your seats. Ensure that you have your face mask on. And we would like to remind everyone that throughout the proceedings of the inaugural ceremony, to please switch off all mobile phones and cellular devices into silent modes. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to the inaugural ceremony of the 144th Inter-Parliamentary Union Assembly and related meetings. For those of you already in the Mangupura Hall, we request that you please kindly take your seats. We're about to welcome the Executive Committee. So please, we're inviting everyone to take your seats. Thank you. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are inviting everyone to kindly take your seats as we are about to begin the ceremony. For those of you already in the Mangupura Hall, may we remind you that throughout the proceedings of this inaugural ceremony, to switch off mobile phones and cellular devices to silent mode for the comfort of all delegates during the ceremony. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, once again welcome to the inaugural ceremony of the 144th Inter-Parliamentary Union Assembly and related meetings. For those of you still outside, this is our final call. Please come into the Mangupura Hall. And for those of you already inside, kindly take your seats. We're about to commence our program shortly. We would like to remind everyone to please wear your face mask. And then throughout the proceedings of the inaugural celebration, to switch off mobile phones and cellular devices to the silent mode for the comfort of all delegates. Thank you very much, and please, let's continue on with the procession of the inaugural ceremony. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, once again we request to switch all mobile phones and cellular devices to silent mode throughout the proceedings of the inaugural ceremony. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Excellency Ministers of the Republic of Indonesia, accompanied by the Governor of Bali, entering our venue of the Mangupura Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, we are announcing the arrival of Excellencies speakers of parliaments from around the globe, member of the Inter-Parliamentary Union. Thank you very much. Can you please kindly be seated? We're also announcing the arrival of Honorable Executive Committee of the Inter-Parliamentary Union. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly please take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise to warmly welcome the President of the Republic of Indonesia. His Excellency Joko Widodo, accompanied by Her Excellency Speaker of the House of Representatives of the Republic of Indonesia, Dr. Honoris Causa Puan Maharani, and President of Inter-Parliamentary Union, Honorable Mr. Duarte Pacheco. Kindly please be seated. President of the Republic of Indonesia, His Excellency Joko Widodo, Her Excellency Speaker of the House of Representatives of the Republic of Indonesia, Dr. Honoris Causa Puan Maharani, President of the Inter-Parliamentary Union, Honorable Mr. Duarte Pacheco, government officials and honorable guests of the Republic of Indonesia, all members of parliaments, Secretary General of the Inter-Parliamentary Union, Honorable Mr. Martin Chungong, IPU observers, IPU associate members, advisors taking part in the work of the 144th IPU Assembly, special guests, taking part in activities foreseen on the occasion of the 144th Assembly of the Inter-Parliamentary Union, distinguished delegates, guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome to Mangupura Hall, Bali International Convention Centre, Nusa Dua, Bali, for the inaugural ceremony of the 144th Inter-Parliamentary Union Assembly and related meetings, 20th to the 24th of March, 2022. The island of the gods Bali greets you a warm welcome. As one of the gems of the Indonesian archipelago, we have more than 17,000 islands, which, if you visit one island for just one day, it'll take us almost 50 years to complete the task. To see the many unique diversity of Indonesian culture and tradition. It is therefore an honor for us to host the 144th IPU Assembly to showcase the abundance that Indonesia has to offer. With our warm greetings, we present a medley of Indonesian cultural dances. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Nusantara Tangguh. The universe is an all-powerful source of energy. Gunungan Bali is a symbol of harmony between humans and Mother Nature. Rangda embodies the culmination of the island's history, dramatic manifestation of the goddess of the underworld with negative energies. Eternal conflicts between Rangda and Barong extends far beyond a simple battle of good over evil. From Bali, we travel to Java. This is the Jaipong dance, a reflection of social vibrance, energy, constantly sustaining human life. Continuous, moving, changing rapidly, always finding a balance. Then to the island of Borneo, Kalimantan. The Enggang dance is a reflection of glorification to the ancestors and the preservation of forests. Mandau is a traditional weapon originating from the Dayak culture in Kalimantan. The Dayak people continues to preserve and proud of the value of tradition. To the west of Indonesia is Sumatra, where the warriors understand the local wisdom, adapting to numerous changes. And the warrior of Minahasa, presenting principles to keep the balance of energy in life. We travel to the west, to the island of Papua, with their dynamic dance and rhythm, a picture of harmony with everyone. The archipelago, presenting unity in diversity. Nusantara Tangguh. Let's give a round of applause once again to the dancers. Thank you for such a spectacular performance. And now please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the President of Inter-Parliamentary Union to deliver his welcome speech. Honorable Mr. Duarte Pacheco.
Your Excellency, Mr. President of the Republic of Indonesia, Madam Speaker of the House of Representatives, Madam and Mr. Speakers of Parliament, fellow parliamentarians, dear friends, dear colleagues, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's my great honor to address you all at this inaugural ceremony of the 144 IPU Assembly. As we gather here in Nusa Dua, on behalf of everyone present, let me thank the Republic of Indonesia and the House of Representatives for the warm hospitality and excellent conditions provided to our global assembly. Madam Speaker, all of us, we are feeling at home. Nothing may be better. Thank you so much. Dear friends, we are at a crossroads. We are in the third year of what has been a devastating pandemic on so many levels. Over 6 million of people around the world have lost their lives, and countless others continue to suffer with this tragedy. The progress made over many years in reducing poverty and inequality, it seems that disappear in small time, in just 2 years. Everything that was achieved on sustainable development goals has been severely changed, and in other instances, a severe setback. There is ample evidence that women and young people have been particularly affected by the economic and social consequences of the health crisis in a magnitude not seen in our lives. The roads that we are trying to cross to sustainable recovery will be long and hard, we know. But despite all the challenge, as parliamentarians, we have tried hard to play our role in securing better lives for our people, and our parliaments did not close our doors. We adapt our way of work, and we never stopped doing it during these 2 years. The same happened with IPU. We changed our way to work, and we keep working during these times. And after it, just last September, we met in Vienna for the 5th World Conference of Speakers of Parliament, at which we pledged to exercise parliamentary leadership for more effective multilateralism and delivers for the people and the planet. Meeting shortly 3 months ago in Madrid for the Assembly 143, we acknowledge the many contemporary challenges to democracy and committed to taking robust action to preserve the rule of law, human dignity, and fundamental freedoms. And yet, we meet today. World peace and our global community are shaken to the core in open violation of international law and the commitments we have tried to reach. A member of our international community, allow me to say, not just any country, but a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council, armed with nuclear weapons, has taken the invasion of another country, bombed its cities, and is bringing about a humanitarian catastrophe, a scale that we never imagined to see since the Second World War. The calls of the United Nations, the IPU, and the global community was not heard. We asked the end of the aggression and the compliance with the rule of law and the reassumption of diplomacy. But this country did not hear anyone. There may be serious disagreements and security concerns that need to be addressed, yes. However, a war against an independent and sovereign state is something that no one can accept. The human tool of this military action, especially in terms of loss of innocent civilians, women and children, is unacceptable. Talk about use of nuclear weapons. Just talk about it is irresponsible. So, IPU and its executive committee, on our statement of 26 February, condemn this invasion and ask to stop the war. And stop the war not tomorrow, now. We call on the Parliament of the Russian Federation, a long-standing member of IPU, where a country and a parliament where we have so many friends, that hosted the conference of IPU in St. Petersburg just a few years ago, and leads our discussions on dialogue for a peaceful coexistence. We ask them to do everything possible to step up and help find a peaceful solution for the conflict. We also call all IPU member parliaments to pursue channels of communication with the Russian parliamentarians with a view to putting an end to this violence and devastation. The IPU, for its part, is ready to assist and to put the best of our abilities to achieve a peace and diplomatic agreement between Ukraine and Russia. We call on all parties to ensure full compliance with humanitarian and human rights laws. If we can learn something with history, is that in a war, those who pay the price are the ordinary people. This is true in Ukraine again, but also in Russia, where sanctions will lead to a greater poverty, inequality, and despair. So, I launch here a clarion call for us to revert the vision of our founding fathers, Kremer and Passy, and give dialogue a chance. Please give a dialogue a chance as the best way to resolve disputes. The IPU should offer a platform for such a dialogue, which will take place in a calm and a level-headed manner. Dear friends, we need to move ahead, restore peace, and focus on the many global challenges that demand our urgent attention. At this assembly, we will adopt what we expect to be a landmark resolution on rethinking and reframing the approach to peace process, with a view to fostering lasting peace. Needless to say, this resolution is timely and highly relevant, as we see that the 20th century tools of diplomacy are no longer deploying their full effectiveness. We need to rethink and retool the mechanisms and process of our international system, starting exactly with the United Nations Security Council and its voting system, which is preventing it from carrying out its core mission of safeguarding world peace. We need to reboost democracy more than ever before as an antidote to war, injustice, and suffering. This means inclusive decision-making process that puts the people in the center of our action. Dear colleagues, at this assembly, we shall also be addressing the urgent matter of getting to zero, mobilizing parliaments to act on climate change. As you are all aware, this is a priority for our action, for the IPU, as reflected in our new strategy for 2022 to 26. We have all agreed that in order to uphold the multilateral consensus and accelerate the green transition globally, we need to make progress on the Paris Agreement, accelerate decarbonization, and even reduce the carbon footprint of parliaments themselves. The time to act is now. People are tired of words. People wish that we as a parliamentarian adopt actions. Time is running out. Scientists and researchers from all over the world have documented what has been described as an atlas of human suffering and damning indictments of failed climate leadership. In 2019 alone, storms, floods, and other extreme weather events displaced more than 13 million people across Asia and Africa. Rising heat are killing groups and trees, putting millions of humans worldwide at increased risk of hunger and malnutrition. More than half of the world's population currently face severe water scarcity during at least part of the year. In any crisis, existing inequalities tends to rise. The climate crisis is no different. So we need to ensure that mitigation strategies empower the powerless and disadvantaged. We are meeting in a region which is home to many extremely vulnerable communities. I regret that we are not able, for a variety of reasons, to have with us today many representatives of small islands, developing states in the Pacific. As we embark on our deliberations, we must be mindful of the need to pay attention to and address the existential dangers that these communities face as a result of the climate crisis. It is our responsibility to give voice to the people that don't have a voice. Adapt our responses and learn from past experience. This 144 Assembly must mobilize us all. We must lead by example and take resolute action before it is too late. Dear colleagues, let us not fool our citizens and the young generation is waiting for us, who have placed their trust in us. We need to respect their confidence. Through our new strategy, we have pledged to hold ourselves accountable for the implementation of the commitments we have made. And this Assembly, I invite you all to contribute to the accountability segment which has been included as part of the program and showcase how you have been able to turn words into action to bring about positive change. Just a few months ago, dear colleagues, the IPU took stock of the situation of humanitarian rights of parliamentarians around the world. The results are scared for everyone. In 2021 alone, the IPU was called upon to deal with human rights violations against 673 MPs from 44 different countries. How is it possible? Against our colleagues, against 673 colleagues of us. This is the highest number ever recorded in history of our organization. Why this is a grim reality, the IPU's successful push for the release of several MPs. And it shows that we, or better, that you can make the difference. Indeed, so many of you, your parliament, have taken concrete steps in support of our colleagues at risk across the world. At this Assembly, I hold you urged to continue to show this kind of parliamentary solidarity. We will discuss later at this Assembly the ongoing nightmare of our colleagues in Myanmar or in Afghanistan. I am confident we will come away more resolute in our efforts to help them, including particularly the situation of Afghan women and children. We are reminded that as parliamentarians, we need to do a better job in responding to the needs of, and expectations, of course, of our citizens. We need to continue to innovate, to give space to the improvisation. We must not be complacent, but rather push ourselves to make sure that we are on the right side of history. As part of this change, let us all redouble our efforts to reach gender parity and make confident steps in the better engage youth in politics, including by joining the IPU campaign, I Say Yes to Youth in Parliament. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, I look forward to engaging with you all in the coming days. We will work harder. Madam Speaker, Mr. President, we will not be available to visit your wonderful lands because we will work harder. We will be very productive, and we hope that this Assembly will be a success. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Honourable President of the IPU. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let us now focus onto the screens for the remarks from His Excellency, the Secretary General of the United Nations.
I am pleased to take part in this 144th Assembly of the Inter-Parliamentary Union. You are meeting at a pivotal moment as our world struggles to recover from the COVID-19 pandemic. Senseless violence is causing death and destruction. The war in Ukraine threatens global peace and security. We need an immediate cessation of hostilities and a return to diplomacy and dialogue. The war is also aggravating existing economic and social vulnerabilities well beyond the region. We see skyrocketing prices for food, fuel, and other essentials. Supply chains are being disrupted, transportation costs are going through the roof. Meanwhile, the war also shows how the global addiction to fossil fuels is placing energy security, climate action, and the entire global economy at the mercy of geopolitics. This further exacerbates the climate crisis, which is already wreaking havoc around the world. Dear friends, we know exactly what to do to avert a global climate catastrophe. As science tells us, we must reduce emissions by 45% this decade and achieve net zero emissions by 2050. We must invest 50% of climate finance in adaptation and resilience to protect vulnerable communities from being wiped off the map. And we must ensure that climate finance commitments to developing countries who bear the brunt of the crisis are finally met. Parliaments and legislators are essential to achieving these goals. Now is the time to turbocharge ambitious climate policies and transition to renewable energy and green jobs. Together, let us do everything in our power to build a more sustainable, resilient, and peaceful world, and I thank you.
Thank you, Excellency Antonio Guterres. Ladies and gentlemen, we would now like to invite to the podium to deliver her opening speech, Excellency Speaker of the House of Representatives of the Republic of Indonesia. Please warmly welcome Dr. Honoris Causa Puan Maharani.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me speak in my bahasa. Yang lain udah dengar. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera bagi kita semua. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan. Yang mulia Presiden Republik Indonesia, Bapak Joko Widodo. Yang mulia Ketua Mahkamah Konstitusi Republik Indonesia, yang mulia para ketua parlemen anggota IPU, yang mulia para pimpinan lembaga tinggi negara, yang mulia Presiden IPU Mr. Duarte Pacheco, yang terhormat delegasi parlemen negara anggota IPU, yang terhormat Sekretaris Jenderal IPU Mr. Martin Chunggong, yang terhormat para Menteri Kabinet Indonesia Maju, yang terhormat Gubernur serta Forkompimda Bali, yang terhormat para tamu undangan. Perkenankan saya mengucapkan selamat datang kepada seluruh delegasi pertemuan Majelis Inter-Parliamentary Union ke-144. Selamat datang di Indonesia, selamat datang di Bali. Terima kasih kepada Presiden Republik Indonesia, Bapak Joko Widodo, yang telah berkenan hadir dan membuka Majelis IPU ke-144. Pertemuan ini unik karena diadakan di tengah suasana pandemi yang belum mereda. Pandemi telah memasuki tahun ketiga dan dunia terus menghadapi ketidakpastian. Ketidakpastian karena virus yang terus bermutasi, ketidakpastian karena situasi geopolitik yang bergejolak, ketidakpastian karena komitmen global belum cukup menahan pemanasan bumi. Hal tersebut menambah beratnya permasalahan yang dihadapi dunia. Saat ini kita hidup di dunia yang semakin kompleks dan menghadapi berbagai tantangan besar. Masalah lokal dapat berkembang menjadi masalah regional dan global. Masalah kesehatan dapat berkembang menjadi masalah sosial, ekonomi, dan politik atau sebaliknya. Situasi yang kompleks ini menuntut parlemen untuk lebih berperan dan berkontribusi menjadi bagian dari solusi. Sehingga kita perlu menjembatani perbedaan antar negara dengan memfasilitasi dialog dan membangun kemitraan antar parlemen. Parlemen juga perlu membangun kesadaran masyarakat di dalam negeri bahwa selain kita perlu membangun rasa cinta tanah air, pada saat bersamaan kita juga perlu menumbuhkan semangat solidaritas global. Kita bertekad bahwa nasib dunia kita tidak akan ditentukan tanpa kita. Nasib itu akan ditentukan dengan ikut serta dan kerja bersama kita. Keputusan-keputusan yang penting bagi permasalahan dunia dan masa depan dunia ditentukan di sini dan sekarang ini juga. Bapak Presiden Republik Indonesia dan hadirin yang terhormat, permasalahan global memerlukan solusi global. Solusi global membutuhkan platform yang solid dan legitimasi yang kuat di dalam negeri. Legitimasi domestik tersebut diperlukan untuk mendukung komitmen kerjasama internasional dan multilateralisme. Kita juga mengetahui seringkali politik luar negeri merupakan proyeksi dari politik di dalam negeri. Foreign policy begins at home. Akar permasalahan dari perbedaan posisi pada tingkat internasional juga terkait dengan pandangan politik di dalam negeri. Tanpa dukungan dari dalam negeri, maka politik luar negeri tidak akan kokoh. Bagi negara demokrasi, parlemen berperan penting dalam membangun dukungan politik dan legitimasi guna mempromosikan kerjasama internasional. Parlemen memiliki peran kunci untuk menolak unilateralisme yang mengutamakan kepentingan sempit dan sesaat. Selain itu, parlemen juga berperan penting untuk mendukung dan mengimplementasikan kesepakatan internasional pada tingkat nasional dan lokal. Kesepakatan internasional akan sia-sia jika tidak dapat diimplementasikan di dalam negeri. Sesuai fungsinya, parlemen membuat instrumen hukum di dalam negeri, mengalokasikan anggaran, dan melakukan pengawasan berbagai komitmen internasional. Karenanya, Majelis IPU ke-144 berperan penting untuk membangun dialog antar parlemen. Hal ini juga berguna untuk membangun jembatan bagi negara yang memiliki perbedaan pandangan. Sesuai dengan tujuan IPU, kita harus menggunakan kesempatan ini untuk memperkuat demokrasi, perdamaian, hak asasi manusia, dan pembangunan berkelanjutan. Upaya memperkokoh pondasi demokrasi diperlukan karena di saat pandemi, demokrasi di berbagai negara mengalami tantangan. Di tingkat internasional, kita juga perlu memperjuangkan demokratisasi berbagai badan internasional agar lebih menjamin keterwakilan dan suara negara berkembang. Majelis IPU ke-144 dapat menjadi momentum bagi parlemen untuk menyebarkan budaya damai atau culture of peace yang selalu mempromosikan toleransi dan dialog serta menolak kekerasan. Tentunya melalui budaya damai kita mengharapkan perang di Ukraina segera berakhir. Dilakukan genjatan senjata dan diberikannya akses bantuan kemanusiaan. Penghormatan kepada hukum internasional, piagam PBB, dan integritas teritori perlu untuk diteguhkan. Namun, kita jangan melupakan untuk menyelesaikan konflik di berbagai belahan bumi lainnya. Pertemuan ini juga perlu mendesak tercapainya kemerdekaan penuh Palestina. Terkait situasi di Myanmar, kita dapat mendorong agar Myanmar kembali ke jalan demokrasi. Majelis IPU ke-144 juga memberi kesempatan untuk meneguhkan kembali komitmen akan kesetaraan gender dan pemberdayaan kaum muda, serta memperjuangkan partisipasi mereka dalam pengambilan keputusan. Tema Majelis IPU ke-144, Getting to Zero, Mobilizing Parliament to Act on Climate Change, merupakan isu yang sangat relevan dibahas saat ini. Hal ini di saat dunia telah mencapai pemanasan 1,1 derajat Celcius dan mengakibatkan target pemanasan 1,5 hingga 2 derajat Celcius sulit untuk dapat tercapai. Dalam hal ini, saya melihat beberapa hal yang dapat dilakukan pada pertemuan ini adalah: pertama, berkontribusi menciptakan situasi geopolitik yang damai, stabil, dan kondusif. Parlemen dapat menjembatani perbedaan dan membangun saling kepercayaan atau trust building. Parlemen juga perlu mendorong diplomasi preventif guna mencegah terjadinya konflik dan perang. Kedua, mendorong akselerasi pemerataan vaksin global hingga mencapai target vaksinasi 70% populasi dunia pada pertengahan 2022. Parlemen juga harus berperan dalam memperkuat arsitektur kesehatan global untuk mencegah dan tanggap terhadap ancaman pandemi di masa depan. Ketiga, memobilisasi komitmen dan aksi guna menyelamatkan dunia dari dampak perubahan iklim. Sesuai dengan tema pertemuan, parlemen perlu untuk memobilisasi pengurangan emisi, memperkuat adaptasi, dan merealisasikan komitmen pembiayaan bagi negara berkembang. Transisi energi bersih di negara berkembang juga perlu mendapatkan dukungan teknologi dan investasi. Keempat, mempercepat proses pemulihan ekonomi global dan mengatasi dampak sosial dari pandemi. Parlemen perlu membantu mengurangi perbedaan kecepatan pemulihan ekonomi di negara maju dan berkembang. Vaksinasi adalah kunci bagi pemulihan ekonomi yang lebih cepat. Selain itu, Parlemen juga perlu memobilisasi dukungan masyarakat internasional dalam penanganan dampak sosial pandemi seperti bertambahnya kemiskinan dan ketimpangan. Bapak Presiden Republik Indonesia dan hadirin yang terhormat, di awal pidato ini saya sampaikan tentang dunia yang penuh tantangan dan ketidakpastian. Hal ini hanya dapat diatasi jika dunia bersatu, bergotong royong, dan kita memperkuat kerja bersama internasional. Kita tidak cukup hanya membuat komitmen dan kesepakatan internasional, namun kita perlu menerjemahkan komitmen tersebut menjadi aksi nyata di dalam negeri. Parlemen memainkan peran kunci untuk hal tersebut. Untuk itu, Parlemen harus menunjukkan kepemimpinan dalam memobilisasi aksi nyata dalam mengatasi berbagai tantangan global. Karenanya, mari kita satukan tekad agar Parlemen dapat menjadi pendorong untuk menjadikan dunia di mana semua bangsa hidup dalam damai dan persaudaraan. Mari kita wujudkan Parlemen yang ikut memperkuat multilateralisme, solidaritas, dan kolaborasi global. Bersama kita bangun satu dunia yang baru, dunia yang sehat, tentram, dan sejahtera. Bersatu kita pasti bisa. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Om Santi, Santi, Santi Om. Namo Buddhaya.
Thank you, Her Excellency Speaker of the House of Representatives of the Republic of Indonesia. Excellencies, the sounding of sirens will today mark the inauguration, sending our call to action around the globe. It is an honor to have the President of the Republic of Indonesia to address this assembly, which will be followed by the official inauguration of ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President of the Republic of Indonesia, His Excellency Joko Widodo.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat malam, salam sejahtera bagi kita semuanya. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan. Yang saya hormati Ketua DPR RI beserta seluruh pimpinan DPR RI yang hadir, yang saya hormati Ketua Mahkamah Konstitusi, yang mulia para Ketua Parlemen, anggota IPU, yang mulia Presiden IPU, Mr. Duarte Pacheco, delegasi negara-negara anggota IPU, para duta besar negara-negara sahabat, Gubernur Bali, Bapak Ibu sekalian yang saya hormati. Tantangan yang dihadapi global ke depan tidak semakin mudah, tetapi kelihatannya semakin sulit. Awal-awal kita selalu berbicara masalah disrupsi teknologi karena adanya revolusi industri 4.0. Kemudian regulasinya yang selalu terlambat mengikuti kecepatan perubahan teknologi. Satu masalah belum selesai, muncul masalah yang kedua, yaitu pandemi COVID-19, yang juga mendisrupsi semua hal yang sebelumnya tidak pernah kita kira. Dan sekarang kita rasakan langkanya energi, kenaikan harga pangan, kemudian kelangkaan kontainer dalam mengirim logistik yang ada, dan terjadinya kenaikan inflasi hampir di semua negara, sehingga rakyat kesulitan dalam menjangkau harga-harga yang naik. Tetapi juga jangan melupakan bahwa kita menghadapi sebuah hal yang mengerikan kalau kita tidak berani memobilisasi kebijakan-kebijakan, baik itu di parlemen maupun di pemerintah, yaitu adalah perubahan iklim. Hal yang sering kita lakukan, sering kita bicarakan, sering diputuskan di dalam pertemuan-pertemuan global, tetapi aksi lapangannya belum kelihatan. Saya berikan contoh saja, transisi energi. Dari energi fosil ke energi baru terbarukan. Dari energi batu bara masuk ke renewable energy. Kelihatannya mudah, tetapi dalam prakteknya itu ada sesuatu yang sangat sulit di lapangan. Utamanya bagi negara-negara berkembang. Sehingga yang perlu dibicarakan adalah dan dimobilisasi adalah pendanaan iklim. Ini harus segera kita selesaikan. Yang kedua, investasi dalam rangka renewable energy. Kemudian yang ketiga, yang berkaitan dengan transfer teknologi. Kalau ini tidak real dilakukan, sampai kapanpun saya pesimis bahwa yang namanya perubahan iklim ini betul-betul tidak bisa kita cegah. Di Indonesia misalnya, kita memiliki potensi untuk renewable energy ini banyak sekali. Dari yang namanya hydropower, yang Indonesia memiliki 4.400 sungai, potensinya besar. Kita memiliki geothermal dengan potensi 29.000 megawatt. Angin sangat banyak. Arus bawah laut sangat banyak. Energi matahari sangat melimpah. Tetapi perlu sebuah investasi yang besar. Perlu sebuah transfer teknologi. Perlu pendanaan iklim global yang betul-betul serius didukung oleh internasional. Kalau itu hanya kita bicarakan dari tahun ke tahun dan tidak ada mobilisasi, tidak ada keputusan, saya pesimis bahwa yang namanya perubahan iklim ini betul-betul tidak bisa kita cegah sama sekali. Saya sangat menghargai apabila seluruh parlemen yang ada di negara-negara anggota IPU bisa memobilisasi bersama-sama dengan pemerintah sehingga muncul sebuah keputusan, muncul sebuah aksi yang betul-betul nyata dan konkret sehingga bisa dilaksanakan di lapangan. Saya rasa itu saja yang ingin saya sampaikan, dan dengan mengucap Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, sidang Majelis Uni Antar Parlemen ke-144 malam hari ini secara resmi saya buka. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Mohon perkenan Bapak Presiden untuk tetap di tempat. Dimohon untuk mendampingi ke panggung Ibu Ketua DPR RI. We invite Her Excellency Speaker of the House of Representatives of the Republic of Indonesia and Honorable President of IPU to the stage to accompany the inauguration of the 144th Inter-Parliamentary Union Assembly. A big applause, please, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations for the inauguration of the 144th IPU Assembly. We kindly invite to return to be seated Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Indonesia, Excellency Speaker of the House of Representatives of the Republic of Indonesia, and Honorable President of IPU. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, with this, the 144th Inter-Parliamentary Union Assembly and related meetings is inaugurated. We wish you fruitful proceedings and success of your deliberations. We request that everyone please rise as the President of the Republic of Indonesia is leaving the venue, accompanied by the entourage. Let us give him and convey our warm gratitude for gracing us with his presence. Once again, let's give our gratitude. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, President of the Republic of Indonesia, for gracing us with your presence at this inaugural ceremony of the 144th Inter-Parliamentary Union Assembly and other related meetings, embracing the theme of getting to zero, mobilizing parliaments to act on climate change. 20th till the 24th of March, 2022. Members of Parliament, please stay with us. Once again, please stay with us. We require a few more minutes of your time. We do have the continuation of the process. So please stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. We're ready to entertain you this evening with a spectacular dance ready on center stage, depicting inspirational figure, the wise King Rama, reenacting on center stage a sparker of the throne to lead his life in humility, traveling across the lands to be close to his people. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome onto center stage, presenting Sang Rama. Para penari, mohon tetap berada di tempat. Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to take pictures with our dancers. Please, if you wish to take pictures with the dancers, come up to the stage. You are welcome to carve this beautiful evening into memories of a lifetime. One at a time. We would like to remind you a few housekeeping details for your kind reference. First and foremost, if you would like to download the IPU 144 mobile app, you can download it in keeping with the green team. You'll find a QR code at the back of your ID badge. So you can actually download the IPU 144 mobile app. When posting on social media about how wonderful Indonesia is and the highlights of our event, please put a hashtag IPU144 to share your message to the world. Tomorrow's Governing Council session will start promptly at 9 a.m. also in this Mangupura Hall. And while socializing around the meeting halls, please visit the booth of the Indonesian cloth batik handicraft as well as endek that is available at the foyer. Also, please remember to stop by the COVID testing tent prior to entering the venue. For those of you, speakers of parliaments or heads of delegations, you may proceed to the lobby of BICC to take the HOD bus to the Grand Gamelan tonight. Closing gantung nih berarti. Mereka semua pada foto.
martabat, berdiri kokoh mengayomi rakyat. Memayu hayuning bawono, soko zaman perjuangan nganti merdeka. Jogja istimewa bukan hanya daerahnya, tapi juga karena orang-orangnya. Jogja, Jogja, tetap istimewa. Istimewa negerinya, istimewa orangnya. Jogja, Jogja, tetap istimewa. Jogja istimewa untuk Indonesia. Tabur wis ditabur suling wis muni, bolo wis kudu laris. Ayo dadi siji bareng para prajurit lan senopati. Mukti utawa mati manunggalkan wa Gusti. Menyerang tanpa pasukan, menang tanpa merendahkan. Kesaktian tanpa ajian, kekayaan tanpa kemewahan. Tenang bagai ombak gemuruh laksana Merapi. Tradisi hidup di tengah modernisasi. Rakyat dijajah desa milang kori, nyebarake seni lan budi pekerti. Jogja, Jogja, tetap istimewa. Istimewa negerinya, istimewa orangnya. Jogja, Jogja, tetap istimewa. Jogja istimewa untuk Indonesia.
Elingo sabdane dibutuhkan nambah kuku bondo kaping songo. Sak dhuwur-dhuwure sinau kudune dhewe tetep wong Jawa. Diumpamake kacang kang ora ninggalke lancaran, marang bumi sing lair iki dhewe kang tansah kelingan.